What if the reason your back still feels stiff, heavy, or unstable after a walk is not because you need more walking, but because the muscles that are supposed to protect your spine have stopped doing their job? Right now, I want to show you something simple. Sit near the front edge of a firm chair. Place both feet flat on the ground. Now lift your chest gently, and without leaning backward, try to stand up slowly. Did you feel your lower back tighten before your hips and legs took over? Did your knees wobble? Did you need momentum just to rise? If that happened, your body may be sending you a very clear message. The problem is not only movement quantity, the problem may be movement quality, and that is exactly why, after 50, walking alone is often not enough. Now please hear me carefully. Walking is wonderful. It supports circulation, it helps mood, it can help bone health, balance, and general activity. But if your pelvis is unstable, your glutes are underactive, and your deep trunk muscles are no longer coordinating well. Walking can become a repetition of the same old pattern that has been irritating your back for years. That is why today, I want to give you 3 gentle, powerful exercises that can do something walking often. They can wake up the quiet muscles around your spine, they can help your hips share the workload, and they can begin restoring the strength and control that your back has been begging for. Before we go deeper, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your name, your age, and where you are watching from. I always love seeing this healthy community growing stronger together, one family at a time. Now let us talk about what is really happening inside the body. For many people over 50, back discomfort is not caused by one dramatic injury. It builds slowly. Years of sitting, slumping, stiff hips, weak glutes, reduced core control, and cautious movement start changing the way you stand, bend, and rise. Over time, your lower back begins doing work that should have been shared with the hips, legs, and trunk. That is when ordinary life starts feeling unfair. Standing at the sink becomes tiring. Rolling out of bed becomes a strategy. Reaching into the car feels risky. And even a good walk may leave you feeling more compressed than refreshed. This is not in your imagination. Low back pain is the leading cause of disability worldwide, and the burden rises with age. Most cases are nonspecific, which means there is not one single dramatic disease or injury explaining all the pain. That is precisely why movement, rehabilitation, and the right kind of exercise matter so much. Major guidelines recommend exercise and physical therapy as first-line care for chronic low back pain, especially because staying active is far better than becoming more fearful and more still. And here is the part many people never hear. There is no single magic exercise that fixes every back. But for older adults, the research consistently points in one clear direction: general exercise. Strengthening and motor control work can reduce pain and disability, and the benefits often come more from proper form, safe progression, and consistency than from chasing one trendy miracle move. JOSPT PubMed. So today, I am not giving you flashy exercises. I am giving you 3 strategic movements, 3 movements that target what walking alone often misses. Let us begin. Exercise 1. The pelvic reset. This first movement looks almost too simple. That is exactly why people underestimate it. Lie down on your back, on a firm surface, bend both knees and place your feet flat. Now take a slow breath in as you breathe out. Gently tighten your abdominal muscles and flatten your lower back toward the floor. Hold that position for about 5 seconds, then relax and allow the lower back to return to neutral. That is 1 repetition. Do it slowly. Do not rush. Do not force. This tiny movement can be incredibly powerful because it begins retraining control in the deep muscles around your trunk and pelvis. When that area loses coordination, the lower back often becomes stiff, overworked, and protective. This kind of gentle flex and release pattern is commonly used in back rehab because it helps restore awareness and movement without asking the spine to do anything violent or dramatic. Mayo Clinic includes this kind of lower back flexibility work among its recommended back exercises. Mayo Clinic. But be careful. There are 3 mistakes that quietly ruin this exercise. The first is pushing with your feet so hard that your whole body tenses up. The second is holding your breath, and the third is trying to jam your back flat as if you are crushing the floor. No, this is not a fight. This is a reset. The goal is gentle control. If you do this correctly, you may feel your lower back soften, your stomach muscles wake up, and your pelvis become more stable. For many people, this is the first moment their back finally feels supported instead of guarded. Now we build on that foundation. Exercise 2. The bridge builder. If your glutes have gone quiet, your lower back usually pays the price. This next movement is one of the best ways to remind your hips that they are supposed to be helping you stay. On your back, with your knees bent and your feet flat. Keep your arms resting by your sides. Now gently tighten your belly. Squeeze your buttocks and lift your hips off the floor until your body forms a long line from your shoulders toward your knees. Do not throw yourself. Upward. Lift with control. Hold at the top. For a slow breath or two. Control. This is the bridge, and for many adults over 50, it is a missing key. Why? Because the bridge trains the glutes, the backside of the hips, and the trunk together. Those muscles help support posture, reduce strain on the lower back, and improve the way you stand, walk, and rise from a chair. Mayo Clinic recommends the bridge in its back routine, and Harvard Health also highlights it as an effective bodyweight exercise for building a stronger back. Mayo Clinic, Harvard Health. Now, watch out for the most common mistakes. Mistake number 1. Lifting too high and turning the movement into a lower back arch. Mistake number 2. Pushing through the toes so much that the hamstrings cramp and the hips never truly engage. Mistake number 3. Letting the knees fall outward or inward. Keep your knees about, hip width apart. Press through the whole foot. Lift only as high as you can while keeping the movement smooth and supported. If you feel this mostly in your lower back, you are probably rising too high or losing abdominal tension. When you do it correctly, the bridge can feel like your body suddenly remembered how to share the load again, and that matters more than people realize. Because when the hips are weak, the lower back becomes the emergency substitute. But your lower back was never meant to be the hero of every movement. Now let us move into the third exercise, and this one may be the most important of all for daily independence. Exercise 3, the chair rise rebuilders, is the exercise that looks ordinary, and yet it may tell the truth about your spinal health faster than almost anything else. Sit on a firm chair. Place your feet about hip width apart. Bring them slightly back so they are underneath you, not way out in front. Lift your chest gently. Lean forward from the hips, not by collapsing the spine. Now press through your feet and stand up, then slowly lower yourself back down. That is it. That simple movement can be life-changing. Why? Because real life is not lived lying on a yoga mat. Real life is getting out of a chair, off the couch, out of the car, up from the toilet, up from the breakfast table. And if standing up has become hard, then the muscles supporting your spine, hips, and legs may need attention immediately. The American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons includes sit-to-stand exercises among recommended weight-bearing work for people concerned about bone strength, and fall prevention. That matters because a stronger lower body does not just protect mobility, it helps protect confidence. It helps protect independence, AAOS. But here is how most people accidentally turn this exercise into a back strain. Round their shoulders, they throw their head forward, they rely on momentum, or they drop back into the chair like a sack of laundry. Do not do that. Make every repetition deliberate. Lean from the hips, keep the chest open, push the floor away, stand tall. Then lower back down. Slowly, this controlled lowering phase is pure gold. It trains strength, coordination, and trust in your own body. And for many people, that is the beginning of getting their life back. Now, let us connect the dots. Why are these 3 exercises often more helpful than walking alone? Because walking is mostly rhythmic repetition. These exercises are targeted. Correction, the pelvic reset teaches your trunk and pelvis how to coordinate again. The bridge builder teaches your hips too. Take pressure off the lower back. The chair rise rebuilder teaches your whole body how to move under real-life load with control. That combination is powerful, and it aligns with what modern guidelines keep showing us. Movement matters, but purposeful exercise matters even more when pain, weakness, and disability have already started interfering with life. Exercise for chronic low back pain is recommended across major clinical sources, and in older adults, the focus is often on progression, consistency, and function, rather than chasing one perfect exercise. ACP Jost WHO Now, I want to tell you something hopeful. If you have been feeling discouraged because you walk every day and your back still complains, that does not mean your body has failed you. It may simply mean your body is asking for a different message. Not more steps, better support, not more endurance. Alone, better coordination, not punishment, precision, and. This is where so many people over 50 begin to turn the corner, not with heroic workouts, not with painkillers first, not with endless rest, but with a few smart movements done faithfully, enough for the body to trust them. So here is a safe way to begin for week 1. Do the pelvic reset for 5 to 8 gentle reps. Then do the bridge for 5 reps. Then do the chair. Rise for 5 slow repetitions. Rest as needed. If that feels comfortable, repeat the circuit one more time. For week 2, build gradually, move toward 8 to 10 reps of each exercise. Keep every repetition smooth. Never chase fatigue at the cost of form. And please remember this golden rule. Improvement comes from consistency, not intensity. A gentle routine you actually do every day is far more powerful than an aggressive routine you quit after 3 days. Also, let us clear up one dangerous myth. A lot of people believe that once back pain begins after 50, the safest thing is to stop moving and be extra careful forever. That sounds protective, but in many cases, it becomes a trap. Too much rest creates more stiffness, more hesitation, more weakness, and more fear. Gentle movement and appropriate exercise are part of recovery, not the enemy of it. That is exactly why reputable medical sources keep emphasizing rehabilitation, staying active, and gradually resuming movement. WHO Cleveland Clinic now. With all of that said, safety must come first. This video is for education and inspiration. It is not a personal medical diagnosis or treatment plan. If your back pain started after a fall, if it is linked with fever, unexplained weight loss, bowel or bladder changes, worsening numbness, major leg weakness, or severe pain shooting below the knee, please speak with a healthcare professional promptly. And if you have advanced osteoporosis, recent fractures, spinal surgery, or a condition that makes exercise risky for you, talk with your physician or physical therapist before starting. Protecting your health is wisdom, not weakness. But if you have simply been feeling stiff, cautious, deconditioned, and tired of relying on walking alone to solve a deeper problem, these 3 exercises may be the shift your body has been waiting for. Because your spine is always listening, it listens to the way you sit, the way you stand, the way you rise, the way you avoid, and most of all, it listens to what you repeat. So repeat, support, repeat, control, repeat strength. Do not let one sore season convince you that your best movement years are behind you. They are not. Your body is still adaptive. Your muscles can still wake up. Your confidence can still return. And your independence is still worth fighting for. If this message helped you, save this video now so you can come back and practice these movements with me. Share it with a spouse, a friend, or anyone over 50 who says, "I walk every day, so why does my back still hurt?" And in the comments, write this with me. I am rebuilding my back one day at a time. We are not done. We are getting stronger and starting today. We are giving the spine the support it has deserved all along.